Hi, I'm Richard.
And I'm Christy.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Fulfill the Game of Life.
We want to welcome you back to our channel. Today, we are going to answer the most common question we continue to hear from family and friends, which is, why Portugal?
Yeah, people keep asking, why Portugal? And we've actually spent weeks and months researching this. We're actually happy to share the information that we found with you guys.
Before we get going though, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up, because trust me, this is going to be another great video.
Now, through our research, we've really narrowed this list down to 10 reasons. 8 of them, we're pretty sure that if you search any expat site or retiring abroad site, you'll trip across most of the 8 that we're going to show you. But the last 2 we think are unique to us. They're 2 ground-shaking, absolutely ground-shaking financial implications. And if you hang around to the end of the video, we'll be giving you those 2 magic financial earth-shaking reasons to retire in Portugal.
So let's get going. Our first reason is cost of living. Just as we covered in a previous video, the cost of living in Portugal is about 30% less than living the same lifestyle in the US.
Yes, 30% less to live the same lifestyle in Portugal that you do in the United States.
According to expatistan.com, food is 35% cheaper, housing 38% cheaper, transportation coming in at 10%, personal care 31%, and entertainment 33%. The only thing that really came in a little bit higher at 7% was clothing.
Yeah, but let's face it, I've owned this shirt since 1992. It won't really matter.
And maybe some socks since about 1984. Second, quality and cost of healthcare. This may be the single most important factor, and we will share why in a later video.
The first site that we're probably most exposed to start looking at when we were considering retiring abroad was internationalliving.com. They put out an annual index in which they rank multiple factors in multiple countries and provide a top list of places to retire to. And in their healthcare category index, they ranked Portugal number 1. Additionally, they ranked 12th on worldpopulationreview.com versus the United States, which is 37th.
I encourage everyone, and I mean everyone, to watch the YouTube video of an American family living in Portugal actually using their medical system.
Yeah, can we say again? We encourage everyone to watch the video that we're going to post down in the notes so you can get a first-hand look at an American family using the Portugal medical system in the case of an emergency. But let us summarize for a moment that Portugal, like practically all of Europe, provides socialized medicine for their citizens, but they also have a private sector as well.
But here's the shocker. A year of insurance for a family of 4 is around $1,300.
But not only is it $1,300 for a year of private insurance for a family of 4 in Portugal, you look a little deeper and the $1,300 a year also comes with 0 out of pocket and practically 0 deductible, which is just amazing compared to the US medical system.
That's right. And in America, if you're old enough to have your own insurance, you know that we pay for insurance and we still own the first several thousand out of pocket, then the deductible, and then the 20%.
It's remarkably different. As a matter of fact, Americans pay most per person for health care of anywhere in the world. HealthSystemsTracker.org shows that the United States pays almost $11,000 versus Portugal's $3,400 per capita for health care.
And don't forget that in America, if you retire early and leave the workforce, you lose your top-tier medical coverage, and you will have to deal with a significant financial risk before qualifying for Medicare.
Now again, the link to the video from the YouTube channel is Our Rich Journey. It is in our description, and we really do urge you. We think they did a great job and they actually lived it. They didn't just read an article, they lived it and they are sharing it with the world. So we just want to take one moment and summarize that video for you.
An emergency room visit for their daughter in a private hospital. She sees a doctor within 10 minutes. They speak fluent English to the family. She's transferred to a public hospital, again, practically no wait, and they speak fluent English. A 2-night stay, and they paid nothing outside of their annual insurance.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, and it really does show how much better the Portugal system is than what we're currently living in today. But that's another topic for another day, and we do plan to do a video on nothing but understanding the considerations of healthcare for early retirement. But for now, we're going to move on to number 3, safety.
Portugal ranked 3rd highest of every country on the World Peace Index by the Institute for Economics and Peace, where they assessed 23 different criteria, where the US ranked 128th. Yes, 128th versus 3rd for Portugal. On to number 4, crime rate. Although crime is part of the World Peace Index, understanding detailed crime statistics was very important for us.
Now we're going to put the link once again in the description so you can review the data yourself. But let's start with this. According to nationmaster.com, you are almost 5 times more likely to be murdered in the United States than in Portugal.
There is 96% more total crimes in the US. You are 10 times more likely to be a victim of gun crime, 43 times more likely to be a victim of serious assault in the US than Portugal, and 76 times more likely to be the victim of fraud in the US. All of these are population adjusted though.
Yeah, I understand these metrics that we're giving you. They're adjusted for the population. 43 times more likely to be a victim of serious assault in America versus Portugal, and 76 times more likely to be a victim of fraud. That's amazing. As a second resource, according to the World Health Organization, once again, you're 4 times more likely to be murdered in the United States than in Portugal. The US has 69% more auto thefts and 33% more property crime.
As an interesting metric, Portugal has 79% more police officers per capita than the US.
Now again, we've included the link to nationmaster.com down in the description. I would encourage you once again to take a look at it. There are a list of 30 or so different measures on their webpage, but the bottom line is this: Portugal is light years ahead of the United States when it comes to personal safety.
On to number 5, weather. Portugal ranks number 1 on savatrain.com for Europe's best weather. With Mediterranean climate and so much coastline, Portugal maintains a California-type weather, an average of 71 degrees year-round.
Yeah, the highs in the summer average the low to mid 80s, and the winter highs average in around 60 degrees. And the capital of Portugal, Lisbon, is the 3rd sunniest city in all of Europe.
That sounds beautiful.
On to number 6, the sights. Look, with half of the country bordering the ocean, there's just going to be so much to see if you're a beach lover, which I am.
Additionally, Portugal...
She's not.
No. Additionally, Portugal is one of the oldest countries in Europe. The castles, the churches, the museums are almost endless.
We've already mapped dozens of day trips around Portugal.
And with the proximity to Europe, the sights don't stop in Portugal.
Yeah, when you look across the history of Europe, you could spend a lifetime discovering and rediscovering Europe.
We've already mapped almost 200 sites we want to see, and it's all within driving distance.
All within driving distance, which is a pleasure in itself. So life will definitely be an adventure for us.
For sure.
On to number 7, the friendly and welcoming people. Practically every YouTube video and expat article talks about the welcoming people in Portugal.
And in 2018, Forbes ranked Portugal the world's friendliest country, citing a 94% friendly attitude towards expats and a 58% ease of making friends.
According to Forbes, 47% of expats are likely to stay there forever, which was only second to Costa Rica, which we visited a few years ago, and we absolutely loved it.
On to number 8. A little less important to us, but could be critical to you. The quality of higher education is comparable to the US, with Portugal universities often partnering with American universities, but the cost is remarkably more affordable.
In late 2017, the average annual tuition in the United States was $8,200 compared to Portugal, which ranged between $1,100 and $1,800.
That is 7 times cheaper. That is a lot less student debt.
Absolutely. And something to consider if you're not retiring early but you want to take your family or find ways to expose your children to other cultures at a much lower cost. And now on to number 9, entertainment.
This may sound a bit silly, but we have to admit we love going to the movies. And we were so ecstatic to find out that the major cinema plays movies in the language that they were made in. So we still get to watch movies in English.
Yeah, so no Portuguese speaking Spider-Man for us.
Dang it. Disappointed.
So we know that we have just thrown a lot of information at you guys in a really short time. And again, we're going to put all of these links down in the description so that you can explore them yourself on your own time.
We've also included links from internationalliving.com, where Portugal ranks as 5th best place to retire abroad, the highest in Europe, and insider.com ranking Portugal number 1 according to other expats. You simply can't go wrong with Portugal.
Yeah, we don't think so. So there you have it, the top 9 reasons of why Portugal. But wait. If you've held on this long, you are going to go into financial shock with the last 2 things you'll only find on this channel.
As Richard said, there are 2 earth-shaking reasons to move to Portugal that you won't find in normal research, and I know Richard is super excited to share that with you.
So 2 concepts that make slamming a huge castle-sized door on this decision. One is called arbitrage and the other is called inflation. So look, arbitrage is a really fancy word that simply means if I can earn passive income in a high cost region and spend it in a low cost region, then I can live more comfortably. So for example, if I own my own home in America and I can rent it for $1,500, if I spend that $1,500 in Portugal, I can afford my housing, my food, and my health care just from my home. But where it comes crashing into a beautiful future is inflation and the future impacts on quality of life you'll experience in your retirement years. So inflation is probably the single most important future-looking topic that we want to cover, and it's so important we're going to make an entire video on it in our very next session. At the top level, the real rate of inflation in America over the last 5 years is approaching 10%, and at least 7% over the last few decades, while Portugal has been around 2.5% for the last 25 years and only 1% for the last decade. That means that every year that goes by, the cost of living in Portugal moves up 1%, while the cost of living in the United States moves up 10%. So the standard of living between the 2 countries grows by 9% a year. That means if you think it's cheaper now to live in Portugal compared to the United States, in the United States, the cost of what you purchase will double between now and 7 to 10 years from now. And in Portugal, it'll be up 9%. So again, this is a critical topic, and you need to understand what it really means. But I cannot state emphatically enough, the current economics encourage you to consider low-cost countries, but the future economics will absolutely demand that you consider looking at less expensive places to live. If you can get focused and manage to get passive income assets in the high cost region, in the future years it will pay for an extremely comfortable lifestyle.
We will get back to you in the next few days with our next video. We hope you have a great day and you are beginning to see your future more clearly. So, there you have it, the top 10 reasons on why Portugal.
And we hope that you enjoyed the fruits of our labor.
Well, his labor. If you found this video informative, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, and if you have any questions or comments, just add them below the video and we'll try to respond as quickly as we can. And we hope you have a great day and we look forward to making the next video. Thank you.